Okay, we are live tonight. You look so beautiful tonight. Boom, 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 boom. There's so much to discuss tonight. Tonight is a very special episode. A very, very special episode. And before I get started, I need to share the stream like I always do. Here, we're going to talk about stuff. I can't think of a good melody today to carry. Actually, we do have something to sing, though. There is something to sing, truthfully. Oh boy, there's a lot to talk about. Wow. Fuck, where do we begin? Where do we begin? We're gonna do something extra special tonight, actually, truly. We're gonna do hold on. I can never talk and share the stream at the same time. Please share the stream, people. Somebody share the stream. I'm sharing this to my socials. Boy, it's hot. I don't know where you guys are, but it is hot in New York. I'm in New York. New York. I'm actually very close to Lodi. I'm about 30 minutes from Lodi, I want to say. My mom grew up in Teaneck. You know what's crazy? Yes, Brendan, that's right. There's lots of drama in Misfits land today. My mom was born in 54, went to Teaneck High School, a few towns over. What's up, Brew? A few towns over from the boys in Lodi. And like, I'm like, Mom, like you literally like were in school when the Misfits were in school. Like they were playing shows when you were just like hanging out in Jersey and like you just were not there. Like it's so crazy to me. I don't know. Let me just share this a few more places and we will begin. Just hold on. Don't worry. The tea is coming. That's one of the new latest terms, the T. I just learned that recently. The T is the info, the stuff, right? The stuff that's going on. I'm trying to fill up the dead air. Don't want to leave any pockets of quiet. Quiet. Right, we're going to post here. There's some groups where you can't post this in because it will get deleted. Okay. I think we're good. So first and foremost, I need to give some shout outs. I want to shout out from last week. I want to shout out my friend Nick Bianco, who bought me a cup of coffee. Nick, I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Nick is a dear old friend, and his name will be added to the executive producer credits to 1979. Another person who I want to shout out, very special shout out to Rue, who is a moderator in the group. He is a faithful, he tunes in every week, always adding to the conversation. Rue, thank you so much for your support and your contribution. You helped make this work happen. Your name too will be added to the executive producer credits on 1979, a year in horror business. If you don't know what that is, check it out on the They Came From Lodi Misfit page. It's there. So a big thank you to Nick and to Rue. I am not posting those links tonight, the coffee link or my website link tonight. You'll notice that information is not there. Oh, hey, Peter Rooney. Don't worry, we're going to get to that. We are so going to get to that comment that you just made, Peter Rooney. You were entitled to make that comment, JFC. But what was I just saying? Yeah, check out the page for 1979 stuff. And thank you again for your support. You will be added to the credits. You're already in the thank you credits, but you'll be in the other credits as well. Okay. So a lot of shit has gone down, as Brendan said. Lots of drama in Misfits land today. The last 36 hours have been spicy, to say the least. James wants to know what the fuck is going on. What has happened? James, we're going to get to that. Trust me, you're going to hear all about it right now. We are going to talk about it. We are talking about it right now. I'm just warming up with the preamble here. No, thanks to you, Rue. James, just kick back, buddy. You're going to get the tea. You're going to get the tea right now. We're going to talk about it. Okay. So let's back this up for a minute. Let's start from the beginning a little bit. And before we even get started, I know I always do that shit where I like about to get started and then I pull it back. Well, I'm pulling it back for one reason. John, I can't pronounce your last name. Xenos, John, Xenos. How do you pronounce that, John? I don't know. John made a very good point. He's like, please, he wants to get back to the 77 to 83 content, as do I. If you notice, we basically keep it about 77 to 83, apart from a tangent here and there. You know what I'm saying? However, John, this is connected to 77 and 83, 77 to 83. This, what we are going to discuss right now about Michael Graves. You know why it's connected, John, and everybody else, and why I feel that, and before, about a month ago, I thought about coming on here and dissecting. I never talked about the video that I posted. I've talked about it on Facebook, but I've never talked about it in an episode of EVILIVE. I kept it off of EVILIVE. I did. I never once mentioned that I had a huge debate thing, or, that I confronted Michael Graves about his bullshit views and whatnot on YouTube, after I had said that, I made this grand proclamation of, this is the last time I will discuss this Michael Graves nonsense, and we're done with that now. And and that was not the last thing. Actually, I went on his show. He had a Michael Graves show, and I confronted him. And the reason why I'm talking about this now, why does this relate to 77 to 83? Why? Because motherfuckers are photoshopping this shit right here. See this skull? This skull is getting photoshopped into some Ku Klux Klan memes. And you want to know something? I can tell you, it really, really bothers me. It truly bothers me. You know why? Because people are lumping in the 77 to 83 shit with fucking Michael Graves and his Proud Boy shit. Look, are Glenn and Jerry? Well, I'll get to that too. Let's hold off on that for a minute. That needs to be addressed a little bit, slightly. First, let's go back to now the chronology. I'm not sure if I said that right, of things. Okay. Check this out. So going back, Michael Graves has always been religious. He's always been a Christian. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with Christians. I'm not Christian, but I love Christmas. Nothing wrong with Christians. Nothing wrong with religion. No problems. That's not what I just want to make that clear. Not criticizing religion, not criticizing Christians. Just saying Michael Graves comes from a very Christian background. He has always been this way. We've talked about this before. He's always been super religious. And that has sort of translated as well into, or tied into, or flowed into a lot of talking points on the right side of things. And so in 2003 or 2004, Michael Graves proudly, and paradoxically, I should say, proclaimed himself a conservative punk, and now it's Joey, not Joey. Joey was super left. Johnny Ramone was a supporter of Ronald Reagan and whatnot. And yeah, Johnny Ramone's problematic in his own way. But we're not gonna talk about Johnny Ramone, and we're not going to use Johnny Ramone as a precedent for Michael Graves starting something called conservativepunk.net. Whatever. He started this conservative punk website, right? In 2003 or 2004, something. At some point after 9/11, he's doing his band. He's doing God. First, he was doing Graves with Chud, right? What's going on, Russell? How are you? Glad you're here. First, he's doing Graves with Dr. Chud. And Logan, Logan's the guy's name. Nice guy. I met Logan once. And his other guy, Graham, Left Hand Graham, who's from another band, local Jersey band. They have Graves going on. Graves breaks up, and Graves breaks up, and then it becomes Gotham Road. with Loki and JV and whatnot, and Paul from, and those guys are all from Mr. Monster. Basically, the Mr. Monster backing band became sort of entrenched with Graves. Actually, I believe it's Loki's project. It's not Graves' project. It's Loki's music, and Graves put lyrics to it. If I'm wrong, correct me there. Sometime around this point, Graves decides that he is going to enlist in the army. He wants to go and fight across the seas. Yeah, that's right. Tom Logan was his name. Great is his name. Great, nice guy, very nice guy. I like Tom. So Michael Graves decides, I'm gonna go overseas. I'm gonna fight. And I don't know the details. Someone fill me in the comments. I'm not gonna proclaim to be an expert here. He washes out. Right, he washes out of the army. I don't know if it was, he was discharged for some reason, or if it was due to an injury or something. He I don't believe it was a dishonorable discharge. I think it was like one of those legit discharges. He leaves he leaves the army, and right around that time, he also starts conservativepunk.com. It's also around this time that Graves is beginning to lay the groundwork to go over to Europe for the first time as a solo, as a solo entity. So Calavera Lugosi says he was honorably discharged. That's what I thought. So he goes across. They're getting prepped to go across the pond to Europe for the first time, and it's right around this time. By the way, please let me know if the mic is like fucking up or like coming in all weird and distorted. I think it sounds fine right now, but let me know if that changes. So he goes across the sea, or they're getting ready to go across the street. They have this tour planned, and Michael basically shoots himself in the foot. Not just himself, but his band. He's got, I think Loki was in the band at the time. I think JV was in the band at the time. I'm not sure who the drummer was, but they had evolved from being Gotham Road into Michael Graves solo. And thanks, Chris. And Michael gets affiliated or launches or whatever, however he's involved with conservativepunks.com. This wind breaks out of this in Europe, right? Like, and suddenly, like Germany and everywhere else, it's super, Europe is very, very liberal, very left leaning, for a lot of reasons, have problems with right stuff. I'm sure World War II plays into that. I'm not going to do a deep dive on that. Point is that for the most part, the punk movement in Europe is super fucking, don't get me wrong, there are definitely skinheads and right-wing elements. When I was in Germany with Blitzkid, we saw a tinge of that on our last night in Germany before we went back to America. We saw there was a situation actually with some we saw it in America too. That's another story. Sorry, I'm getting very distracted. Remind me of that story in Georgia. Remind me to tell that story. Crazy fucking story. Point is that it's very left wing. So they get wind of Michael Graves fucking being super conservative and for George Bush and like voting George W. Bush and whatnot, and they blackball him. Michael Graves gets blacklisted from Europe. The tour gets canceled. They were literally waiting to go to Europe. Members of the band had their bags packed to get on a plane to go to Europe, and were suddenly told that sorry, tour has been canceled. It was like that. Could you imagine the disappointment of working so hard? Those guys, they were independent. That was an independent touring band, both Gotham Road, really Graves, Gotham Road, and Michael Graves solo band. That was an independent, hard-working touring band. Those guys were crisscrossing the USA, making a name for themselves, building their brand. I guess that's that's going to be the theme of this episode. Building brands, right? And so, they put all this hard work in, and all of the fucking sudden, boom. Like just the kibosh comes down. And they're not going to Europe anymore. And that it was like that for many, many, many years. Those dudes could not get over Graves in his band could not get over to Europe. He could not leave the States. Graves spent many years, a whole handful of years, and during that time, he's raising a family, starting a family, whatever. And he's just traversing the U.S. over and over and over again. Starts doing acoustic shows. He's doing electric shows, and he's hitting everywhere you can imagine in the States. I'm sure those guys probably played all 49 states. I don't think they ever made it to Hawaii, but they made it to all 49 continental states, as far as I'm concerned. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So, sorry, I'm trying to get my head straight. So then over the years, Michael gets involved. He gets involved with this other company. There's Hydraulic Entertainment along the way. And I will personally interject myself in the story very briefly, just to fully, like, full disclosure, my path crossed with Michael Graves a few times from 2011 to 2012 ish, roughly. It was through this guy. His right hand man at the time was Bobby Bloodfeast. This was before he had this guy Arturo, or that other guy from Hydraulic Entertainment. Bobby goes all the way back to like Misfits Central, and he used to do he was a webmaster for Michael. He was a webmaster for Chud. And Bobby was trying to get some Graves live DVD stuff off the ground, and he and I linked up and to produce a live DVD for Michael Graves. It never came out for a bunch of reasons. There were sound reasons. There were all sorts of reasons. He wasn't happy with the band at the time, as far as at least that was the reason that was given to me. One of the reasons. It was a weird acoustic electric band that was not really a band that the drummer he had never played with before, that sort of thing. I think Johnny B. Morbid was in the band at the time, and Chibo, who's Frankie Cheese, who was Michael's friend from childhood and, used to be Doyle's guitar tech. And he was in the Michael Graves band at the time. And Bobby was like the assistant / producer / merch guy / just sort of like he was in the Graves camp. And so that never amounted to anything. Also around that time, he came on my show, Rock and Roll Cooking with Sal B. He goes way back with Sal B. Him and Sal B. Sal B was in Sardonica. Graves was in the Misfits 95. And, those guys know each other forever. And so we had Michael was on the show along with Bobby, Bloodfeast, and Chibo. And partially as payment for the DVD, because I had done a lot of work on this DVD, and partially as compensation for the work that I did on the amount of sweat equity that I put into this DVD that never came out. Michael agreed to do a sit-in for an interview for the documentary that this show is based on. They came from Lodi. So that's how Michael wound up in the documentary. And that's pretty much the extent. And then later on in Hydraulic Entertainment, I got a call from his guy, Mark, who wanted me to like work for free on something. And I was like, what's your budget? And the moment I said, what's your budget? I never heard another phone call again, but I spent like 45 minutes talking to this guy, Mark, about some stuff, whatever. That's the extent, really, that is the extent of me and my interactions with Michael Graves. And during that time, Michael Graves was nothing but polite and courteous for the most part, and nice, and yada, 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 all this, that, and the other. And then the other thing was, we were supposed to do a date with them. I was touring with Blitzkid, and they were, it was Michael Graves and Blitzkid were supposed to do a show in El Paso, and Graves got arrested for marijuana possession and never made it to El Paso, and Blitzkid had to do the show solo. And, to those guys' credit, those Blitzkid guys, they gave the crowd wanted to hear some Michael Graves songs. And so they reconfigured themselves and did a version of Dig Up Their Bones for the kids. And JV was in the band at the time. So JV hopped on bass and they did Dig Up Her Bones in El Paso. I'm sure you can find that video somewhere on the internet. And it was I thought that was a very sweet thing for everybody to do, because Graves wasn't able to play the show. Moving on. So that's the extent. So that's my extent with Graves. And then more time passes, and Graves dissolves. This company dissolves, right? Or he sort of walks away from Hydraulic Entertainment. Something happens with that. And okay, here's the interesting thing. And this was, you know, I'm long gone out of the Blitz Kid camp. And so I am like an outsider. I don't know what the behind the scenes were. However, I can surmise from an outward perspective what I saw happen, which blew my mind. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, Goolsby becomes Graves' bass player, which was a very interesting turn of events for whatever. Not going to talk about that. But what was interesting, here's what was really interesting to me, and what I thought was kind of like incredible for so many reasons. And I don't know. So Graves announces that they are going to tour England. And this is sometime, I don't know, this is like 2017, 2018, 2016. I don't know. I can't remember, but it's, you know, it's a few years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago or something, when Graves started to really become an international touring band. And who is on the motherfucking poster? It's not, it says Michael Graves. Somebody pull up that poster. I can't find, I don't know where it is. There is, I commented on this recently somewhere. There is Michael fucking Graves, his logo, that logo that he has, with like the sketchy sort of handwriting. And there is a picture of fucking Goolsby. Fucking Goolsby. It's not Graves, it's motherfucking Goolsby. And then right below it says Argyle Goolsby. Because, you know, they very wisely, Mike Tipping says this was 2018. So they very wisely decided, you know, they created this tour package. It was a genius masterstroke, right? A genius fucking masterstroke to create this tour package. Goolsby and Graves going out together, the two bands, that's what kids wanted to see, and bring it to England. And here's the thing, Graves is piggybacking on Goolsby's clout, because Goolsby and, you know, by way of Blitzkid is fucking, as you all know, for those of you in the horror punk world, Blitzkid is fucking huge in Europe. Not only are they huge in Europe, they are ginormous in the counterculture scene. They are ginormous in Germany. When I was with them, we toured. That's where we were most of the time. We were all over fucking Germany. It was crazy. They have such a diehard following. It's a phenomenon. And, you know, it's allowed those dudes to go back. I mean, the Blitzkid guys, they went over there probably about 18 times, something like that. From 2004 to 2012, they went something like 18 times. That's fucking crazy. That's over twice. I mean, obviously we can all do math. That's like more than twice a year. Kind of insane when you think about it. Here, Joey just found, oh, great. All right, so that's the poster. Shit, how can is there a way? No, oops. Sorry. I really want to, you know, motherfuck. Thank you, Joey, for finding that. I really want to show this in the thing, because I just want to show how unbelievably ridiculous this situation is. Let me see if I can pull up a window. There is a window. All right, I'm gonna get that up right now, but I'm gonna keep talking. So, all right, so we're getting into the tea here. So, what's really interesting about this whole situation is, Graves is finally making it to Europe, but he's doing it on fucking Goolsby's clout. I dare anybody to say otherwise, because of Goolsby's clout with Blitzkid. So Graves, who, you know, has always been a fucking, like, you know, he's been critical of Blitzkid in the past, you know, which kind of makes it all the funnier, kind of makes his Proud Boy comments really fucking funny, right? Like, you know, about everything that he's built that he refuses to apologize. We're going to get to that too. But he didn't build his way to fucking Europe. Fucking Goolsby and the Blitzkid fucking brand did that shit. And that kind of irks me. I don't know. That kind of irks me. It's just kind of like, I don't know. I just think it's kind of fucking lame that he says, I built all this, you know, whatever. In any case, good, you know, the fact that he was able to finally find his way back into Europe, or find his way to Europe finally after all those years. All right, here it is. It's on Goolsby's website. One moment. I'm going to share my screen. Share screen. Yes, we want to share that screen. Okay. So look at this poster. Look how this is fascinating to me, right? This is fucking fascinating to me. Graves is going over to Graves is on his way over to England, right? And he used UK tour 2018, Michael Graves, and then obviously this is the genius of marketing. It's like, let's cross off Michael Graves here. And then what does it say? It's Argyle Goolsby Tour 2018. As a matter of fact, it almost looks like Graves is opening for Goolsby and not the other way around. I'm not sure who played first during that thing. I don't know if it was Graves or Goolsby. The point is that Graves finally found his way over to hold on, I'm switching this back for now. Graves finally found his way over to across the pond and managed to make a big splash. That's the whole point of what I was trying to explain with this Goolsby thing. Using Goolsby, he leveraged himself. Wait, what? Wait, what the fuck? Okay, this guy, Calavera Lugosi is telling me that Goolsby didn't even play a set. So you're telling me that poster is just of Michael Graves's band, and it shows Goolsby at the bottom too? I mean, what kind of that's the advertising to me. And I wonder, like, is Goolsby cool with that? Like, is Goolsby okay with them fucking leveraging, his name like that? That fascinates me to no end. That fascinates me. I thought, wow, he just played bass for Mike because he was also the bass player. That blows my fucking mind. Okay. I always thought when I had seen that, because it popped up and it bled through into my sort of feed and whatnot at the time. I always thought that was and then I thought in my head, I was like, makes sense. Package these two together, they can get a higher guarantee. They're going to make good money. So that's funny. Nowhere do you see Graves on the fucking poster as he tries to slime his way back into fucking Europe, and he uses Goolsby to fucking do it. Shame on fucking Graves. Shame on him. Like, truly. That's bullshit, man. Sean says, I think the US only got the Goolsby and Nimvin sets. We're going to get to that. We are going to get to that, actually. I actually went to one of those shows. More on that later. So, what was I talking about? So not Goolsby, sorry. Graves finally fucking made it over to fucking Europe. He makes it over to Europe. He makes it over first to England, and then I believe they did a European tour, and from there they did the United States tour, and that's when I think Nimvind, at some point, Nimvind and the Goolsby band. Goolsby has Argyle Goolsby and the Roving Midnight, and then there's Nimvind featuring Nimvind in it. Nimvind is both the name of the dude and the band. I'm a huge fucking Nimvind fan. I love that dude. Love that band. Love you guys. If you are watching or watch this at some point, support Nimvind. They are fucking awesome. Listen to Nimvind if you have not heard them. Seek them out. So at some point, Goolsby's band and Nimvind get added on, and they create this like touring juggernaut, and they are fucking commanding very healthy guarantees and just doing like 90 dates here and 90 dates there, whatever it was. I'm not speaking verbatim here. I'm just going off of my head what I can remember. That sort of thing. And okay, it's back. Mike, no, it's not. And I'm going to explain why that is. We're exploring, we're unpacking the story before we get to the main fucking meat of what this is. I need to take a sip I need to wet my whistle. Okay. So back to the storyline, the timeline of events. Then they go to Australia at one point. I know they went to Australia. I know they go to Europe. I believe they went to South America. They're going everywhere. Graves has suddenly become an international touring act. I think, did they go to Japan? I don't know. Maybe not. they become an international touring act. Graves becomes an international touring act, and they form this package. There's this incredible touring package. You know, for like $25, you can see fucking Nimvind, Argyle, Goolsby and the Roving Midnight, and fucking Michael Graves' band. Like, it doesn't get better than that. I mean, what a great like lineup. Unbelievable. So Graves, after being blackballed and blacklisting himself, because that's what he did. Because let's remember one thing. The only person to blame here, the only person at fault here is fucking Michael Graves. That's it. That's the only person, the only fingers to get pointed here is to Michael Graves. Michael Graves, you did this to yourself. Nobody did this to you, okay? The first time you did that to yourself, you fucking aligned yourself with George W. Bush. You went on the fucking Daily Show and they made fun of you. You didn't even realize they were making fun of you. And you destroyed everything that you had been building. And then here you go. He crawls his way back up, right? Graves, he crawls his way back up. He's, doing it. He's fucking aligning himself first with Goolsby, and then he's aligning himself with fucking Nimvind. They're fucking going to Europe. They're going to Australia. They're going here. They're going there. And then Graves, so Graves has always had a show. He's had a radio show. Graves likens himself to a radio host, in addition to being a singer, right? He's got the Michael Graves Show, which is an extension of what he used to have called Radio Deadly with Michael Graves. Although sometimes he's doing Radio Deadly. I think in the video that I'm in, it has a Radio Deadly thing right here. So he's still kind of holding on to the Radio Deadly thing. But he's also doing the Welcome to the Michael Graves Show. Like that whole thing. So at that time though, and then at this time, okay, again, I followed Michael Graves, I never unfollowed him after our paths had crossed, and I'd always been aware of his doings and comings and goings. Oh, that's another thing. He got super into Kickstarter. He's fucking kickstarting all these projects. So in addition to all this crazy touring that he's doing, but right before that, he's teamed up with this guy, Mark Allen Stewart is his name. He's teamed up with this guy, Mark, and they have raised in excess of over $100,000. If you add up all those Kickstarter projects with their incredibly low overhead, if you know what I mean. Those guys made over six figures doing those projects. Now, you could probably say, pressing it up and sending it out, probably less than six figures, but they made, point is that was bread and butter for a very, very long time. Right. So he's like Graves is building this empire. He's building this ginormous empire, this enormous brand. And then, at the same time, he starts doing the COVID hits, right? COVID hits. Everybody gets canceled. Everything gets canceled. I don't mean canceled as in cancel culture. I mean canceled in the sense of COVID happens and like everything has to be canceled, and lots of shit got canceled. My heart goes out to everybody, every fucking buddy who got their shit canceled, especially the live musicians. I feel bad for everybody. I feel bad for the Blitz Kid guys. I feel bad for the Trioxin Tribute guys. I feel bad for everybody. It sucks. Nothing makes me happier than seeing artists being able to fucking make money off of their art. I hope that you all get the chance to do that one day again soon in the future. I truly do. I truly fucking do. So Graves starts to get more active on social media with the Michael Graves Show in between, and he's got so Loki has been in Loki has been there on and off since 2000. He used to roadie for Graves, so starting in Graves and going all the way to today, Loki and Graves have always been in each other's peripheral, and Loki's been his guitar player, and not just a guitar player. It seems more like a tour manager and just a bunch of stuff. Loki's become a vital right-hand man in all Michael Graves operations, right? And so he's on the podcast too. He's part of the Michael Graves show. And you have fucking this guy, Arturo. And I guess he is, if I had to guess who he is, because I don't know him apart from the one time I was on the Michael Graves show with him. He is Michael Graves' like lackey. You know what I mean? He's kind of like a replacement for someone like Bobby Bloodfeast, I think. Like, you know, he handles social media and he does video editing and handles merch and a bunch of other stuff that I'm probably not aware of. So he's become an integral part of Michael Graves' operation. So these three guys, they sit and they do the Michael Graves show. As you know, okay, here's where it's about to get fucking political, people. All right. We're entering some politics here. I'm going to try and negotiate this as well as possible. I'm going to try and be whatever. I'm just going to go for it. So all the fucking Black Lives Matter, which has been around for some time, reemerges, right? It explodes. It fucking explodes again with the very public, brutal, fucked up, unbelievably tragic lynching of this guy, George Floyd. Yeah, George Floyd. Sorry. I think I made that mistake once before. George Floyd. It's George Floyd. George Floyd gets lynched in Minneapolis. And once again, Viva la Revolution begins. The revolution begins. And this movement, this uprising of people just being sick and tired of the shit. I'm pulling back the political side of things. Okay. I'm just saying this event happens, right? That's a fact. We're not talking about what's right and what's wrong, even though you know how I feel about that shit and how fucked up it is. This shit goes down and, people are weighing in on it and whatnot. And there's like this online viral thing. It's for a Tuesday. It's called, I think it was on a Tuesday. It's Blackout Tuesday or Blackout, whatever day of the week it was, where all you did, George Floyd. Wow. Okay. George Floyd. Why I said George Floyd. Wow. Shame on me again. I mix that up. I mix that up a lot. Obviously we know who the fucking dude is. All right. My bad. Thank you, Michale, for clarifying that. I make mistakes. So there's like, what was that thing? It was like Blackout Tuesday, tile out Tuesday. It was the whole idea behind this fucking thing is that you put a black tile on your Facebook, your social media, and what you're doing is you're kind of boycotting buying stuff that day. I think that's what it was. Getting sweaty just from all this talking. You're boycotting buying anything on social media or posting on social media or something. It was something of the effect. But you know what? Whether you were posting still, the whole point is that by putting on a black tile, you are showing solidarity with the fucked up shit that's happening to fucking black people in the United States right now, right? That's what it is. That's the bottom line. Now, here's what blows my mind. This is what boggles my fucking mind. I literally, I started to gossip a little bit. I started to get into the gossip mill where I mostly try to keep out of the gossip mill. But I started I got into the gossip mill where I'm just like, what the fuck is this dude thinking? Because it blew my mind. It blew my fucking mind to see this fucking happen. I watch as suddenly I get this notification. I think it was from Loki, from Carlos, who I'm Facebook friends with, saying, I am against Black Lives Matter. I'm against this. I'm against that. I'm against Black Lives Matter, basically. That's what it was. And I proceed to watch this broadcast of Michael Graves, and here's the thing to remember, folks, and I want to fucking paint this picture for you, because you know what? The gloves are fucking off. Before they were fucking on a little bit, because, here's the thing. I am not a guy that's interested in kicking people when they're down. I don't want to fucking kick anybody when they're down. In the same way that if somebody tragically loses their life and they're a fucking asshole because they don't wear a mask or whatever, I'm still sad that they're dead. I don't want anybody to die. I don't want to kick people when they're down. And so even then, I was kind of like, oh, fuck. But kind of trying to be holier than thou a little bit, righteous and whatnot. Even though it was really fucking hard, but I sat and I listened to Michael fucking Graves, who only found out about Black Lives Matter, the viral thing. He had found out about it an hour before he went on the broadcast. He admitted this on the fucking broadcast, he admits as much. He says, I just found out about this. So without any fucking reading, he didn't do any fucking reading, didn't do any fucking research. Do your research. Do your research. Hey, do your fucking research, motherfucker. You know, like doesn't do any fucking research or doesn't read into what has happened and just takes the opposite stance. I'm a punk rocker. And you know what? I'm going to go against the grain. I'm going to go against the Black Lives Matter grain because I'm fucking Michael Grant. You know, like that whole sort of fucking thing, right? And it's just kind of like, and I'm just sitting there just dumbfounded. I'm dumbfounded because, you know, I'm not going to lie. I saw people who I'm pretty sure did not feel the way that they feel about Black Lives Matter still put up black squares in their fucking profile picture. You know why? Because even if they don't fucking agree with the situation, and again, this is not a message about, you know, like, you must agree with one blanket thinking or whatever. That's not what I'm saying here. That's not what I'm saying. Although I do think you're a fucking asshole if you don't agree with that shit. But that's another story. The point is that think about this from a money business perspective. A perspective of like, I'm not going to like mix my politics with my money because that's just going to fuck up my money. Yes, Sean, I do want to, Shane, let us also take a brief moment. Carlos, Loki, vehemently, completely 100% disagreed with everything Michael was saying in this broadcast. He did. He fucking disagreed with it. He was fucking fighting Michael tooth and nail over this shit over and over and over again. He was not on the side, and Arturo also seemed to not be on that side. However, it's like they still fucking like they enabled it. They fucking are enabling the shit because they're fucking best friends with the dude, you know? I mean, it's fucked up. It's a fucked up situation when you're friends with someone who believes in some really fucking fucked up shit or some really weird, like out there shit, you know? It makes things complicated, especially too, if you think about those dudes, fucking their money is tied to Michael Graves. Their money is tied to Michael Graves. There, I said it too, you know, a little bit. If we're being completely fucking honest here, you know, so it's like all these things go in. But yes, Shane, that must be highlighted that both Carlos, who I believe is Puerto Rican, and Arturo, who's Puerto Rican, which further baffles my mind, both disagreed with the things that Michael was saying, and they were having a debate. And Michael just kept fucking, he's just cutting everybody off. He's cutting off fucking Loki. Loki's trying to get a word and he can't. Arturo's trying to get a word and he can't. And Michael just will not shut the fuck up. And if you want to get a taste of what, I think he deleted that podcast, but if you want to get a fucking taste of what went down, just fucking watch this clip. Here's me arguing with Michael Graves, trying to get a fucking word in with that motherfucker. You know, trying to be polite as hell. We're going to get to this in 1 second. We're getting there. Trust me, we're getting there. Boy, this is taking longer than I thought it was. Okay. So, there's the link if you want to watch what happened. I've posted this link many times and talked about it ad nauseum. Actually, I might as well put it on the screen right here. So this is where, here I am going on. I'm about to get to what happened here. But it baffles the mind. You are an independent artist, and you've already been burned. This dude has already fucking been burned with the whole being like conservative thing. He fucking crawls his way back, you know. And listen, even though he fucking rode Goolsby's coattails, he still fucking worked his ass off to get back to that place of where he is. He did. He was the one who was singing all those shows. Loki, and all the hard work that Loki put in. That's the thing. It's not just Michael Graves' hard work. It's all of fucking Loki. Loki is breaking his fucking back for this fucking dude and doing everything he can to fucking, like, you know, organize and help out or whatever, you know, whatever, you know, from whatever I've gleaned from conversations and things that I know and whatnot. You know, he's like doing, he's like doing this thing, you know. He's sorry, I'm tripping over my words. What was I fucking saying? I was saying that Loki has busted his ass working for fucking Michael Graves, and I feel for him. I honestly, my heart goes out to you, Loki. I feel for you. Fucking Carlos, I feel for you, man. And I feel for you a little bit, Arturo, not as much as I feel for Loki. Because, you know, like, it's a shitty situation to be in, honestly. Your dude who's your best fucking friend believes in some really fucked up shit, and also like your aspirations, everything that you've worked so hard for, and you know, your livelihood, everything is tied in with this fucking guy who's just shitting all over everything with his shitty fucking attitude. Can't keep his mouth fucking shut. Because you know what? It's not just that it's not just Michael Graves. It's not just fucking Michael Graves who is affected by this. You know who's affected by what Michael Graves is doing? Fucking Loki is affected, but even more so, what about Michael Graves' kids? This is how Michael Graves supports his family. Going out, working his fucking ass off, doing 90 shows, doing 180 shows a year, whatever, however many shows that guy does. And mind you, those guys do not have a fucking break. Every fucking night they are fucking performing. That is an endurance trial like no other. I toured with a band for about 2 months, right? I toured with Blitzkid. We went not 2 months, like 6 weeks. We went all across the United States and we went all across Europe. And I watched those fucking guys. I watched what goes into this. I watched Goolsby do all the fucking driving along with Joey Lowe. Shout out to Joey Lowe, who also traded off with him. These two fucking guys did all the fucking driving. And then Goolsby, after driving all fucking day, he put on his fucking shirt, he'd get into his fucking gear, talk to all the fucking kids that came to fucking see him, you know, yada, 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 all the energy that goes into doing this fucking thing, right? So like Graves puts all this effort, and then what does he fucking do? He fucking torpedoes it. He fucking torpedoes it with this fucking broadcast. And not only does he torpedo it, he fucks up his children, man. Why do I say why do I bring his children to this? Because his children because he's a fucking providing for a family. Why the fuck are you talking about this shit publicly? Like, why? Like, let's get real here. Let's get fucking real. Danzig probably believes in, we know that Danzig is a fucking weird ass conspiracy theorist with some of his stuff. He believes in some weird shit. I love you, Uncle Glenn, but you believe in some weird shit. We know this. We all know this, right? Like, let's bottom line this here. Have you ever heard fucking, apart from the Steve Jones interview, do you hear Danzig constantly talking about politics the way Graves does? No, he keeps his mouth shut. And you really can't even compare the two. I just want to bring up the fact that you know, because that's the other elephant in the room, is that Graves is not the only one here. You know, so what is there a double standard? No, there is not a double standard. I don't think there's a double standard, because look at the way that Graves gets up on a fucking pulpit and tries to shove this shit down his fucking, the people that listen to him, and they sit and they fucking eat it. It's like he gets up on a fucking podium, pulls down his pants, spreads his fucking ass cheeks, just goes just diarrheaing this fucking Alex Jones diarrhea fucking nonsense, and all his fucking fans, his fucking bootlicking fans, are like, oh, Michael Grant, oh, I love it, oh, it's so good, oh, it's all over my face, and I love it. You know what I mean? And it's just kind of like, it's like, fuck, keep your mouth shut. Just keep your fucking mouth shut about this. You have kids, you know, you're fucking supporting a family. They depend on you, you know. This is what affords you all the fucking luxuries in your life, and you're just fucking with it. It made me angry. It made me angry as someone who wishes that I could be in a position like Michael Graves, where I'm touring around the fucking country making money off of my art. There's a lot of artists like that. There's a lot of musicians like that. And this dude gets up on a fucking pulpit and pisses it all away. So he says what he says, right? He says the thing. He deletes the broadcast soon afterwards. Kenneth Stewart is filling in the story for me right here. Shout out to Kenneth. Afterwards, Loki posted a very heartfelt, with tears, video afterwards, saying that he disagrees with everything Michael stands for, but that he's still his best friend, and he's still going to try his hardest to educate and change Michael. You know, I'm really glad that you posted that, Kenneth, because again, I want to let's make sure that we're not like dragging Loki. I don't want to drag Loki's name through the mud in any way, shape, or form. I want to clarify, but it's like, Loki, you're fucking tied into this shit because you're fucking associated with him. But the point is that like Loki had tried, and Loki, and you know, listen, if I had a fucking friend that I cared about and that I loved and that I wanted to like them to see the fucking light, like I would want to do I wouldn't want to give up on my friends. So I can understand that position that Loki is in. That's all I'm saying. And what do I matter? I don't. I'm not a fucking judge. I'm not a jury. All I'm doing is I'm breaking down the situation, and I want to bring some shit to light that I think is very fucking important for the horror punk community, of which I don't really consider myself a part of, but more overall, I'm a huge fucking Misfits nerd. And it pisses me off to see what I saw. As soon as I saw what I saw, I was like, I have to talk about this tonight. I have to address what is going on, because you want to know what, Michael Graves? When you talk about that shit, you are fucking affecting me. You're affecting every Misfits fan, because suddenly people want to fucking Photoshop the Crimson Ghost with a fucking clan fucking helmet. And then what does that do to the fucking image of the Crimson Ghost? Drags it into the fucking mud. Fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. And that's why I'm here. I want to disavow that from the Crimson Ghost. The Crimson Ghost has never been about that. The Crimson Ghost is not about Michael Graves. To see Michael Graves, God, okay, somebody find the thing. Somebody find that meme for me, because I need to illustrate that here too. Somebody find the meme with Crimson Ghost, with the Crimson Ghost face and the fucking pointy hat and whatnot, please. Because I want to put that there as well. He's in an echo chamber of fans, probably blocked his vision and drowned out the real world. Yeah, Kevin, you're right about that. Brendan says, what did he think was going to happen? I mean, that's what I don't understand. Like, Brendan says, I mean, did he seriously not see this coming when he made the Proud Boy post? Like, what the like, what did you think was going to happen, Michael Graves? Did you think that you were just going to fucking, that you would stand up, that you would get to this place where, like, you know, and people would fucking respect what it is that you were fucking standing for? Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here with this shit. All right. So anyway, back to the thing. So that brings us to this video that you're about to see right here. I'm going to try. All right. I'm going to play the first bit of the video just for reference sake, just because we're here. Right. So here's what happens.
Totally disagrees with me, or even a little disagrees with me.
Just this first part.
There's the link. The floor is yours. You know, come on here and again, say what you want. Call me what you want. Ask me, challenge me.
Can you hear that, guys?
All right, Jeff's coming on.
Jeff's coming on.
There's Jeff. Hello, Jeff.
Hi, Michael. Thank you for giving me a moment to talk to you and Arturo.
Let me know if you can't hear that.
I 150 million% disagree with your views, but I want to ask you about them, and I want to ask you a question. I'm not here to call names or, you know,
yeah, that's what we're here for. Like, thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, cool. All right, so I listened. You know, I listened to the previous podcast. I listened to your guys' discussion.
This is important.
And then I listened to there was like a Radio Deadly podcast thing that you put up as well. And I listened to that, and towards the end, I became immensely disturbed, and I was disturbed. And I was wondering if you could clarify your comments here. You said you started to compare white Anglo, and again, I'm not exactly quoting your words. It's a paraphrasing of your words. But if for anybody who wants to hear what I'm speaking about, just go to Radio Deadly. You can watch it on Podbean. The Radio Deadly,
you can still hear that podcast.
The last 5 minutes of Michael talking, and you started to talk about the prosecution of white Anglo-Saxon Christians and comparing it to the Jews during the Holocaust in Nazi Germany. Can you clarify those statements? What does that mean? I don't understand.
So what I was getting at, what I'm saying is that
all right, I am. Okay, sorry. Let me turn this down now. Okay, check. 1 2 1 2. Box of salted carols. Okay, that's good. All right, so all right, I figured it was better just to show it than to explain that all, or at least to like give you some clarification. Okay. Sorry, fucking stupid mic situation. The stupid mic situation. All right, I'm gonna try and talk while I fix my microphone stand. Did you know that was Graves' name before he became Michael Graves? He was going to be Mike Stand. Mike Stand. That was his stage name. That was what Jerry Only had thought up for him. And then I believe it was the Tank who changed it to, or suggested, Michael Graves. Okay, so I go on the show, right? Because here's what happens. After the initial Black Lives Matter like protesting that he does, he posts a podcast full of the most disturbing InfoWar Alex Jones, fucking conspiracy. He starts basically spewing theories that are parallel to white supremacists believe, right? So he's talking about like themes that are akin to what white supremacists talk about. I start to go, holy fucking shit, as I'm listening to this. And he's quoting verses from like the Bible. Like, here's the side to Michael Graves. So there's a lot of different sides to Michael Graves. There's like a stoner side to Michael Graves. There is the humble musician. Oh my God, thank you so much. You make me. Thank you so much for being, I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. And then there's like the I need drugs Michael Graves side. And then there's like there's this other side. There is the fundamentalist, like, believer. There's the believer Michael Graves, and he uses that in the video. He says, for believe, I don't know. I can't point to the side of the screen. There it is. There. Well, it's weird. Wait, what? I am really stupid. I am a stupid human. There it is. See, he points. He talks about in this video. He talks about being a believer. Believers and stuff. So there's the believer side of Michael Graves where he just starts to get super duper Christian, like quoting shit from the Bible, talking about like, just getting super righteous, so there's like all these like multiple personalities of Graves, right? And that starts to come out in the podcast that I'm listening to, the Podbean, and you can find it. Find this YouTube video, go on the fucking link, you will find it. Listen to the last 5 minutes, especially. It is fucking disturbing fucking shit. And so while that's going on, there are people that are fucking criticizing Michael Graves. They're fucking shouting him out. They're confronting him. They're confronting him, going like, saying like, fuck you, Michael Graves, about your Black Lives Matter stuff. You're a bootlicker this, bootlicker that. And so the Graves camp decides, they do a huddle. They do a Graves huddle. What are we going to do, guys? And they decide, Michael decides, probably, I guess it was Michael. It was somebody in that camp decided, sorry, I'm having a terrible hair day. I'm not incredibly vain. I'm not a vain human being, but God, my hair looks terrible. So they decide in their Michael Graves camp, well, let's have a platform. Let us create a platform. We're going to invite people, because I can do that too. That's where actually it was this it was this video that inspired me to start using StreamYard, which is the service I'm talking to you on right now. So Michael Graves goes, okay, humble Michael Graves, musician guy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Come on my show, and if anybody whoever disagrees with me, I want to have a conversation with you. But that wasn't the first one. The first one was actually, I'm just going to listen to your comments. I'm not going to talk. I'm just going to listen to your comments. He just wanted to listen. He wanted to create a platform because he believes so much in free speech, because that's what Michael Graves is all about. He's all about free fucking speech. Free speech, Michael Graves. And so he sets up this thing, and his fans go on. It's all fans, right? And onlookers like me, rubbernecking, right? And so they go on, and they're just like, one after another. I'm watching and just going like, Michael, oh my God, I can't believe I'm talking to you, Michael Graves. I love you so much. Do you remember the time when in somewhere, Oklahoma, where I, or wherever Michael, or Iowa, or just some middle part of the country, because Michael Graves just tours everywhere, bringing up their personal memory with Michael Graves, to which Michael Graves goes, oh yeah, I remember you. Oh yeah. Like he just like remembers him. He doesn't, I don't know, who knows if he really remembers him or not. Maybe he remembers some people, but the point is that like, they're all like super fucking starstruck to talk to Michael Graves. And then they go, Michael, it's a free country. You believe in what you believe in. And I don't see what the problem is with that. You're such a good dude. You're such a humble dude. Your music saved my life, and it's just like, and everybody's like, thank you. And then, Loki chimes in. He's like, guys, I want some criticism. Can we have some criticism here? Is there anybody who's going to fucking, who disagrees? There were people that were disagreeing. So where are these people now? Why don't they come out of the woodwork and, talk, that sort of thing. And one after another, they're going, Michael, they're saying on the fucking air, they're going, Michael, I don't know why everybody has a problem with you, but you're so great, or there's nothing wrong. Because, you know, Michael Graves also, he's starting to post on his Facebook thing. He's going, my dad's a cop, and God bless my dad for being a good cop, and, you know, God bless cops, and blah, blah, blah. And then people are commenting going, oh man, Michael, like, what's wrong with you loving your dad for being a cop? What's wrong with being an allegiant to the police? We're like, yeah, I know there's some bad stuff, you know, just all this just bullshit, fucking bullshit. And when asked the questions, what's the controversy, Michael Gray goes, it's your platform. It's your platform. I'm not going to talk. You talk. So Michael Graves is not even letting his fans know what the controversy is, right? He's not even letting them fucking in. Because on this first podcast where he's fucking, you know, protesting Black Lives Matter, he is saying some ignorant and racist shit. He's saying some seriously fucked up racist shit. He's denying that this country was not built on slavery. That, you know, like, he's denying, he's blaming the fucking rap industry in fucking, all right, maybe fucking people believe that shit in 1990 or whatever, right? Like, that was like a fucking, you know, that's such a 1990s thing to fucking say. Oh, the rap community is propagating this shit. He's blaming fucking record companies. He's blaming the record companies. They're propagating this stuff with this rap music, and he's like, bull fucking shit. Bull fucking shit. He's saying all the shit. No one's calling him out on it. And Michael Graves just sitting there like an angel. And Loki's moderating it, and he's going, all right, on to the next person, on to the next person, on to the next person. And Michael's just sitting there like an angel, twiddling his thumbs. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, so glad you like the music. You know, oh, you know, humble musician, Michael Graves, right? Rue says he came out of the closet. That's what he did. He fucking came out of the closet, man. That's exactly what fucking Graves did. He outed himself, right? All right, so moving on. Then comes the video here that you see here. So a second round of this platform where he's calling people out. And I'm listening. I'm washing the dishes upstairs in this house. I'm washing the dishes and I'm listening. Sorry, I had a salami sandwich. It's making me very burpy. He's going, come on, who disagrees with me? Oh, I thought there were people out there who disagreed with me. Huh? Come on, like a bully, like a fucking bully, like a fucking like an emperor without any fucking clothes on, just standing the fuck around, being like, who's gonna fucking fight me? Who's gonna come on my platform? And everybody that comes on is just like, oh, Michael, like, just like, oh, such a big fan, you know, just like, really, you're just super terrific. I don't know why everybody has a problem with you. Same thing as the previous one. And that's when I was like, all right, I impromptu decided, I was like, fuck this shit. I am fucking going on this show and I'm going to confront him. And, you know, I thought in my head, I said a couple of things to myself. I said, one, so here's the thing. I'm Jewish. Okay. I'm Jewish. I'm a Jew. I identify as a Larry David Jew. You know what that means? It means that I'm culturally Jewish. My wife is religiously Jewish. I'm culturally Jewish. I'm a bagel Jew. You know, I like a good schmear. You know, I eat Chinese food on Christmas. You know, I like to I eat Chinese food and I go see a movie on Christmas. It's a very Jewish thing to do. You know, I'm also a Christmas Jew. I love fucking Christmas. I don't know what that has to do with anything. I'm just saying that, like, that's the type of Jew that I am, you know, just to give you some context, but I am a Jew, you know? And I'm like, I'm not going to bring up the fact that I'm a Jew. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to, that's not important to this situation. So I'm going to keep my mouth shut about being a Jew. I'm also not going to mention how I know Michael, because I sort of pseudo as a distant acquaintance who crossed paths with him and worked with him at one point, we had a brief past, but a past. And I'm not going to bring that up either. And frankly, I don't think he recognized me because of how fat I've gotten. If I'm being quite honest with you, I put on quite a few pounds, probably about 50 pounds, you know, quitting smoking will do that to you. I think he had no fucking idea who I was. Not that he would really ever have any idea. And not that I'm anybody to begin with. I'm nobody. I am a nobody. And that's exactly how I remained on his show, talking to him. So he's just talking to a guy, right? So we start talking, and, you know, fuck, God damn it, I wish I was more prepared. I wish, you know what, my biggest regret, and here's what I really wanted to show you. So let's go to these comments for a minute, if it will load for me. Somebody really broke this down so eloquently, so much better. I can't take credit for this. I want somebody else to take the credit. So I want to make sure that I properly label them right. Blah, blah, blah. Trevor says, God, I fucking hate. Stop. Shut up. Sorry about that. I was just trying to load this thing. That's when the conversation got more heated. I wrote, hey, Jeff from the past. This is Jeff from the future. Cancel Michael Graves. But that's not what I'm looking for right now. Here, Deep Blue. Deep Blue said it best. This is what he said, and I think he really breaks down. But Trevor, yeah, you're right. When it comes to like, if you're gonna fucking like, if you have some fucking seriously fucked up political views, just keep them to yourself. If Glenn Danzig, I'm not making accusations, Uncle Glenn, but I'm saying, if one has fucked up political views, nobody needs to fucking know that. Keep it to your fucking self. Keep it to yourself. You know, like whatever it may be. Just say it. Doesn't fucking hurt. Does not fucking hurt one bit. Deeper Blue said 1 week ago, he gave such a breakdown. You probably can't read it on the screen. I'm going to read it for you. Ready? He says to me, he's grading my performance. You did great, but dropped the ball at 16 minutes and 30 seconds by questioning Statistica. Now, Graves brings up this website, Statistica, which is a valid site. I had no idea what it was. It's a statistics website. I thought it was some bullshit Alex Jones InfoWar nonsense. I didn't know what it was. Honestly, it was ignorance. I just didn't know. I was naive. I didn't know. So I went in there with no fucking prepared arguments. I went in with no fucking like sources to cite, because when you're fighting, when you're arguing, when you're debating, because here's the thing about what this debate was and what you may have seen from the video. By the way, we're going to work past this video. This is not about the video, but I have to explain the video in order to get to what happened in the last 36 hours. When you're debating someone, when I was debating Graves, I didn't want to, it wasn't going to be like a fuck you. Wasn't going to be, there couldn't be animosity. I wanted to genuinely have a dialogue without calling names and without using the word you. When you go you, you're attacking the other person and they close themselves off to you. You know what I mean? You're never going to fucking get a fucking word across. But as I would find out, that didn't really fucking matter, as Deeper Blue suggests. Ready? Graves confuses total numbers with probability of occurrences, and that is why his argument falls so flat. The problem with talking to Michael and what you found after 18 minutes is that he is not willing to listen at all. He just had you on his show so he could claim to be fair and balanced, but he is not interested in real conversation. His problem is not just that he lacks the fundamental understanding of privilege, but that the concept of privilege would contradict his deeply held core belief of white Christian prosecution, because that's what it was all about with fucking Graves. That's what it was all fucking about. This entire fucking thing, this whole argument. I'm actually going to put this in the comments for anybody who wants to read it. Thus, the only way he can maintain his identity as a white Christian being prosecuted is to deny any sort of privilege and play victim. He cannot hear Black Lives Matter without feeling it as an attack on white people. It's quite perverse thinking, but this ideology is the same ideology that is the core to the white supremacist movements. I don't think Graves is capable of recognizing this. And that's what I was saying at the very beginning of what I had posted. I'm confronting him, going, Graves, all I'm saying is like, I won't let me post it in the comments. Forget it. All I'm saying is I didn't accuse him. I said, it sounds like, even though in my mind I was accusing him and I knew, but I knew for the sake of that argument that I could not fucking go you. I'd have to say, it sounds like, so that way to try and disarm the situation. In this interview, not only does he express sympathy and support for Alex Jones and Candace Owens, but also Natural News, which has moved from an anti-vax site to a full-on right-wing conspiracy site. Great job, but there's no reaching Graves. He'll have to find out his own way. He'll have to find his own way out of this world of lies he has so deeply ingrained himself in. So, I mean, that's the other thing too. Here's a dude who's like, quite clearly, he thinks that on some level, the fucking COVID is a hoax, or, you know, like at least pretends to espouse these views of hoax, right? That some sort of like, whatever, there's some sort of foul play going on. And what is he fucking selling on his fucking website? What is that motherfucker selling on his website? Masks. He's selling masks to his fucking followers, man. What the fucking fuck? You're going to sit here and fucking hold all these fucking views about, oh, it's a conspiracy. Oh, they're, that's what it's all about. They are out to get us, right? And you're going to fucking peddle masks? Have you no shame? At least stand by the fucking opinion that you like pretend to cater to. Like, fuck you, man. Like, what the fuck? You're going to sell Michael Graves masks. Why? Because that's hot right now? If you fucking so believe in your shit that you're willing to torpedo your career, Ryan Potts says, I got something to say. Down. Michael Graves came out as a Nazi today, and it doesn't matter much to me. His career is now dead. Yeah, there's nothing wrong. Dave Riches says this. Great context, Dave. I'm really glad all these comments. I'm sorry if I'm skipping over some of them. It's just because I'm trying to get this fucking narrative out, but I get so fucking distractive, right? Lots of great political bands. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But if you choose to add politics to your brand, be sure to be ready to deal with the consequences. Well fucking said, Dave. Well fucking said. As with many things, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Marty says, is Graves going to add White Devil's Rise to his set? Yeah. Again, as I said previously, Glenn Danzig, and there is some stuff there. I'm not here to unpack Danzig. Okay. We're not unpacking Danzig. Danzig is not going out there and like saying the Black Lives Matter movement is a bad fucking movement. Glenn Danzig is keeping his fucking mouth shut. And I'm not going to sit here and fucking attack Uncle Glenn over it. I'm just not. I'm not going to do it. But there's probably a great reason why White Devil Rise was left off of fucking Danzig 4 with good fucking reason, right? Jose says, okay, we're gonna break this down real quick for Jose Lopez here, real fucking quick before I move on to the next part of the story, right? He says sorry because he's already put it there, so I'm not gonna bury the lead anymore. Ready? Sorry, but there is a difference between a white supremacist and a Proud Boy. Not all rightists are white nationalists, and not all nationalists, and I am one, are Nazis. It's just something that the left likes to group in to deflect from their own historical behavior and recent rioting. Comparing the numbers of leftist loons to small numbers of outright true wool Nazis. Okay. Jose, let's fucking get to the bottom of this. What did you just say? You said there is a difference between a white supremacist and a Proud Boy, right? All right, let's fucking think about that. Let's break down what a fucking Proud Boy believes. I'm going to minimize this for a minute, and we are going to bring this up for a little history lesson. I feel like I'm in class right now. Ready? Since we're going there, since fucking what's his face is since Jose is there. And obviously, I'm not here. I'm not like Michael Graves, because you know how Michael Graves finished that conversation with me? He muted my microphone and talked at me. He would not. And then he fucking X'd me out completely. So, that's not what I do. That's not what that's fascist. That's fascist behavior. And I wrote that on a Post-it. I wrote fascist much. And then I held it up like this to the friggin' screen. You could see it in that video. So let us fucking let's break down what this means. Graves says right here, I am a proud Western chauvinist, and I refuse to apologize for building the modern world. Okay, so for those of you who are unfamiliar with the Proud Boys, we're getting there a little bit earlier than I wanted, because fucking Jose here brought this up. It just infuriates me. Jose, I'm mad. I'm mad at what you said. I'm mad. That's bullshit, buddy. It's fucking bullshit. Ready? What is a Western chauvinist? You know what? Let's have fucking Jose answer this fucking question. Hey, Jose, before I answer, I'll answer. I'm not going to be one of those, because that's what the other side likes to do. They like to answer a question with another question. So before I answer the question, I'm going to ask Jose a question. Ready? Hey, Jose, what is a Western chauvinist? Can you define Western chauvinism for me? What do you think Western chauvinism means? And maybe, honestly, Jose, I'm not going to insult you, buddy, but I'm just going to say, maybe you're just like naive and like don't understand what it is, like what it actually really truly is. So go ahead. Jose, are you there right now? Jose, ding, 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 knocking on the window. Jose, what is Western chauvinism? What does Western chauvinism mean? Go ahead. Tell us. Are you going to answer? Leftists don't own punk as much as they like to. There are various political strains within punk, not just small neo-Nazi, but a bunch of commies. To me, punk isn't supposed to be political, hence why I'm always a Misfits fan. Saying, wow, that's probably the dumbest thing you've ever said, Jose. Even dumber than the thing above. But go ahead, Jose, come on. What is it? If you don't answer in 2 seconds, I'm going to answer for you. Jose? Jose, come on, buddy. Answer. All right. Fuck it. I'm going to answer. I'm not going to leave any dead air. Hold on. I got to drink something. So, ready? Oh, wait. It goes down here. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. Western chauvinist. What is Western? What does Western mean in the term Western chauvinist? Western is another way of espousing Europe, European. What's another word for European? White. We've got white, right? White. Okay. So white chauvinism, right? What does chauvinist mean? Let's actually look it up. Let's look up the textbook definition of chauvinist. Ready? Chauvinist, right? Here we go. It's up on the screen. Okay. Chauvinist, in case you can't see it because it's really small, a person displaying aggressive or exaggerated patriotism. Okay, fine. What does patriotism? What is patriotism, right? So we got European or white, if you want to, because that's what Western is really mean. That's what Western means in this name, right? So what is patriotism? The quality of being patriotic, devotion to and vigorous support for one's country. But patriotism. Patriotic. Whoops. Having or expressing devotion and vigorous support for one's country. Similar to nationalist. A person who strongly identifies with their own nation and vigorously supports its interests, especially to the exclusion or detriment of the interests of other nations. So what are we basically trying to fucking say? Basically saying white supremacy, right? That's what it really is. White pride, white nationalism, European nationalism, right? Inav says chauvinism is a form of extreme patriotism and nationalism. My wife, everybody, this is my wife. My wife has just come on and is adding to the conversation. Honey, I love you. You are the best. Chauvinism is a form of extreme patriotism and nationalism and a belief in national superiority. Look at that word, superiority. Superiority and glory. It can also be defined as irrational belief in the superiority or dominance of one's own group or people. Western chauvinism is white motherfucking supremacy, little fucking Jose Lopez motherfucker. That's what that shit fucking means, okay? That is the fucking, it's the same shit. It is a fucking dog whistle. And this, you know what this symbol is right here? This means white motherfucking power, right? So now let's go back to it. What is Graves doing? What is Graves doing right here? Huh? What is that? That is white motherfucking power. He is saying that he is a proud Western chauvinist. He's displaying the white power fucking symbol right here. He's got fucking InfoWars, masculinity, real men, Monster Dad, Trump 20, of course, Trump 2020. And here's the thing. I just want to say one thing about Trump and conservative. I'm not going to talk about Trump, actually. I don't even want Trump to enter into this conversation. You know why? It makes things more problematic for a lot of reasons. And I don't want, I'm just going to say this. I'm going to say there's nothing wrong with being a conservative at all. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong if you lean conservatively. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with it. That doesn't mean first of all, fuck Trump. I fucking hate Trump. Fuck Trump to death. Like, fuck that guy. I fucking hate him. I think he's a piece of shit. And I fucking seriously question your fucking intelligence if you still support that guy. However, there is a huge difference between being a Trump supporter and being a fucking Proud Boy in my book. Personally, I personally think that Proud Boy is the next fucking level of this shit. You know, half of the people out there, or a third of the people, or 40% of the people, whoever, are fucking Trump supporters. Like it or hate it. They're fucking here. And you know what? I don't fucking censor, defriend, you know, ridicule. I like, even though I don't agree with you, I'm not going to fucking live in an echo chamber. I don't want to be in an echo chamber. I want to have fucking conversation. I may not agree with what you fucking believe. I may hate what you believe, but I always want there to be communication. You know why? Because as long as we are fucking communicating, there's the possibility of maybe you fucking seeing the light. That's right. I'm saying that I'm right and you're fucking wrong. Point is that, like, again, nothing wrong with being a conservative. There's not. I don't think that. I think that's fine. If you want to be a conservative, you have conservative viewpoints. That's your own fucking business. But what this is right here, what this, oh God, dude, this is a lot harder than it looks. What this is right here, this is a dog whistle for white supremacy. Gavin McInnes, the guy who founded the Proud Boys, good friends with Richard Spencer. You know what? Richard Spencer is a fucking Nazi. You know what Richard Spencer fucking said about motherfucking the Proud Boys? He said it is a great recruitment center for fucking Nazis. So that's what it is, man. That's what it fucking is. It's like a place to source people to move them further right. You know, because when you go far enough right, you fucking wind up in fascism. And when you go super fucking far right, you know where you end up? Fucking left. That's right. The fucking extreme left is the same as the extreme right. It's the exact same. It's a circle. It's not a fucking line. It's a fucking circle. When you go far enough right, you wind up fucking left. It's just fucking extremism. And extremism sucks. And that's what the Proud Boys are. They are the beginning of that extremist shit. And this is their little fucking like inside joke. This right here, this is their little inside fucking joke. White power, fucking incels. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a giant fucking subversive joke to them. You know what subversiveness is? Subversion. It's like the thing underneath. In the same way that the new fucking Misfits are a fucking secretly a Christian metal band. If you're not familiar, they are a Christian metal band. All right, let's go back to the story and wrap it up because I'm getting so fucking tired of talking. My voice hurts. And as you can see here, Graves starts to post, and I screenshotted this before it was taken down. All of his social media is down. Here's a bunch of shit. Here's Graves with Alex Jones, and here's Graves with some Photoshop Black Lives Matter bullshit, and some fucking Blue Lives Matter bullshit, all the fucking bullshit, bullpocky, whatever it is, man. Let's see what else we have here. Just more Mel Gibson and all his nonsense and yada, yada, yada. So Graves is really starting to, like, you know, he's starting to fucking lose it. He's doubling, tripling, quadrupling down on all the fucking things he says. This is after the whole Black Lives Matter video and all that. He sort of deletes it. He goes radio silent instead of being radio deadly. He goes radio silent for a while. Everything's honky dory, and then he comes back now, and he doubles down on what he says. And what boggles my mind, and this is what I wonder, and this is what I ask myself. Loki, what is Loki like? Is Loki behind the scenes going, Graves, don't fucking do this, bro. Don't fucking do it. Don't fucking post the fucking Proud Boy white power shit. You know what I mean? Is there any fucking protest from his camp? Because it's not just Graves. There's Arturo and fucking Loki there. And this is what I mean. You guys are fucking tangled in it. In the same way that the Misfits themselves, the fucking idea, the band, forget about fucking Danzig, forget about Only, forget about anything. The fucking music, the imagery, and the band, the idea of the Misfits is fucking weighed down, connected in some way, shape, or form to Graves and his bullshit now, as per what I've seen today on social media, which is what caused me to make this fucking video in the fucking first place, right? Tom says, did I see the post that he put up after the Proud Boys one? I did not. Tom, could you post that here for me, please? I would like to see that. The point is, does Loki like fucking like say to Graves, like, Graves, what the fuck are you doing right now, bro? Like, don't fucking post this fucking picture of you doing this white power thing. Let me see if I can find it. White power, okay, symbol. I mean, it's so fucking obvious. Proud Boy. What does Proud Boy mean? We're pride. Western pride. What is Western pride? White fucking pride. And then let's tackle what this other fucking side is. And I refuse to apologize for building the modern world. These fucking insecure pieces of shit think that they are the ones who built the modern world, and they're going to refuse to apologize for it. As this was said all fucking day on social media, and it had me fucking laughing. And again, it's really hard not to fucking kick a guy when he's down, but this is fucking hysterical. Here is a guy declaring himself a fucking Proud Boy, refusing to apologize for building the modern world. He didn't even fucking build the Misfits. It's not even his fucking band. It's not even his fucking songs. Yeah. American Psycho, fucking Famous Mouse, whatever. I like that album, American Psycho. That's right. Even after all this, I like that album. Not a bad album. Not Misfits, but I like that album. But it's like, bro, you didn't even fucking make the Misfits. You fuck like everything that like you didn't fucking get to Europe on your own. You fucking use Goolsby. You know what I mean? You didn't fucking build the Misfits. And now with like your shit like fledgling, what do? You fucking jump on the Proud Boys bandwagon so that you can like attach yourself to something else, because that's all you fucking do. You attach yourself to things. Fuck you, man. And what saddens me to no end is that you do this and you talk about being a Proud Boy. There are so many fucking kids that love you and follow you. You've disappointed and let them all fucking down. You've let down so many people, Michael Graves. You let them all fucking down with your bullshit fucking beliefs, man. And the ones that you haven't let down, you're fucking influencing them. You're teaching them these things. And that's what's worse than anything else. You're using your platform to promote this shit. You're promoting this fucking terrible shit. InfoWars. Do you know what InfoWars is connected to? InfoWars is connected to a guy that went on fucking television or went on the internet and fucking like got people there are adults who had their children were gunned down in Sandy Hook. Their children were executed with fucking AR-15 guns. And this motherfucker is fucking supporting a guy that is basically spewing diarrhea about how it's a false flag operation. So on some level, Graves believes that Sandy Hook is a false flag operation. Graves, on some level, must believe that a bunch of parents fucking didn't really lose their fucking kids, that those little kids didn't fucking die, and that it's all fucking propagated by the fucking government. Like, what the actual fuck, Graves? What the actual fuck? And then you're spreading that shit. You know what? You fucking deserve what you fucking reaped. You reap what you fucking sow, man. You reap what you fucking sow, man. You did. And the reason why I'm on here is that, like, I think us as Misfits fans, we cannot fucking allow the Crimson Ghost and this idea of fucking Michael Graves being connected to the Misfits anymore. It has to fucking stop. It has to stop now, right? Like, I don't want fucking people connecting Michael Graves and white power to fucking the Crimson Ghost. I don't want to see the Crimson Ghost in a Ku Klux Klan getup because Michael Graves sang for the Misfits for 5 years in the 90s. I don't want to see that. So what's the solution? Well, I don't know. I'm trying to think of that right now. Maybe the solution is to just stop talking about him. And I'm like, whoa, Jeff, you fucking giant hypocrite. What are you doing right now? You are fucking talking about Michael Graves and this whole fucking Michael Graves mess. Yes, but maybe this needs to be the last time. Maybe, John, if you're still listening, it probably got off by now, but John's like, come on, just make it about 77 to 83. So yeah, so let's make it about 77 to 83 from now on. Let's not fucking talk about that shit anymore. Let's not bring him up. Let's not bring up that fucking cannibalistic drummer. Let's just not bring it up. Let's just that's the fucking consequences. Will I ever listen to American Psycho again? Sure, I'll fucking listen to those songs. The songs are part of my youth. I'm not gonna like fucking turn my back on them. Because here's the thing. I also truly believe in separating the art from the artist. However, in order to separate the art from the artist, I feel like at this point, Michael Graves needs to be like put on a shelf and under lock and key and like just like keep him away from like the Misfits and the fucking Misfits. You know, Ryan Potts says, but what about Devil's Reign? I actually listened to Devil's Reign today, and I gotta tell you, I actually kind of enjoyed it. Not as a Misfits album, but kind of like just going, Jerry, you know, Jerry, you're trying your best there, buddy. You know, it's I gotta tell you, the production is actually really good. Like the way they recorded it with Ed Stasium, who recorded Road to Ruin with the Ramones, and they did a pretty good job of recording that album. And you know what? That song Dark Shadows, not that bad. Kind of fun. It's fun. It's fun, Jerry only fun. That's how you have to think about it. It's the Jerry only band having some Jerry only fun. That's how you think about Devil's Reign. In any case, back to Michael Graves and the situation. So Michael Graves posts this today, and the backlash is, as you all know, Jay says sicko. Yeah, it is kind of sick. And so Michael Graves posts this fucking proud Western chauvinist thing. And mind you, if you go on Twitter, let's pull up Twitter real quick. Real quick, let's pull up Twitter. Fuck. Where did this Twitter down here? Yeah. Okay. So Michael Graves is still on Twitter. Look, and by the way, so for people who think he left, he willingly left social media, he did not. His account was disabled because people were probably flagging it and reporting it, right? That's what happened to him. He goes, and there goes Facebook. That was at 4:27 p.m. So Michael Graves was actually, it looks like Michael Graves was frozen out of Facebook, and the same thing for Instagram too. He says, 7 years, 40,000 followers, account deleted. Like, look at this fucking idiot fucking bitching about his. So you fucking earned 40,000 people, and then whose fucking fault is this, Michael Graves? Is this our fault? It's your fault. Why are you fucking saying all this shit? So your account has been deleted for not following terms. You won't be able to log into this account, and no one else will be able to see it. We are unable to restore accounts that are deleted for these types of violations. 7 years, 40,000 followers, account deleted. Whose fault is that, Michael Graves? Are you going to blame that on fucking Black Lives Matter? Are you going to blame that on the communists? That was your fucking fault because of your fucking words, you fucking idiot. Honestly, Michael, you're a fucking idiot, man. He goes here, he says, and punk rock has canceled me, ... Again, referring to what I mentioned back in 2004 or whatever. So finally, this article, and now, here's what's really funny. So a month ago, after the event, after the what's it called? After the fucking thing, the what's it called? The after the Black Lives Matter debacle, I started to share the video around. I was trying to raise money for Black Lives Matter using Michael Graves' name, using Michael Graves' platform. I raised $675 on my Facebook page for Black Lives Matter for the NAACP Education Fund, all because of Michael Graves. All because of these words, $675 were raised in that dude's name. It was fucking beautiful. And John, shout out to John Steinmeier. I want to give him a shout out because he donated to the, I think her name is, the girl, Taylor, who was fucking brutally murdered in her sleep. He donated, I think it was $10 or $15 in Michael Graves' name to her GoFundMe. That was fucking excellent, right? So like, so all this money is being raised in using these Facebook groups, putting the word out there about who Michael Graves really is and what he really feels about Black Lives Matter and whatnot. And there is some blowback. There are comments of like, dude, don't fucking make a big deal about this because it's gonna fuck everything up for the community. Like, in the sense of like, you know, a punk website is going to pick this up and, you know, write about this, and then horror punk bands are not going to be able to get booked. And I'm not going to lie, I was irked. I was a little irked by it because it came from a good place. It came from a place of concern. I'm not going to deny that, but it's just kind of like, it's like, why is this me sharing what this fucking guy is doing in a public space is what's going to like get like horror punk bands like barred from performing in venues, I'm pretty sure Michael Graves going on his platform and spewing hate is going to be the thing that gets somebody to pick it up. Who cares what I'm fucking saying? I'm a fucking nobody. I'm just a fucking guy. Michael Graves is Michael Graves, right? And so here we are a month later, and punknews.org has written, Michael Graves says he is a proud Western chauvinist and a proud boy. And therefore, the fears expressed in that group a month ago and the fear of like what it could do to the horror punk community came true. And you know who did it? I didn't do it. Fucking Michael Graves did it. Michael Graves did it all by himself. He fucking, and you know what? If he fucking ruins it for other horror punk acts, I don't think he will. But if he did, shame on him. Shame on him. He's connected to so much. When you're a public figure and you say shit, you got to be fucking careful. You're connected to so much shit. And so, so Michael Graves posts this. Michael Graves essentially now is canceled. It seems like it's burst wide open. And so, like, what's the solution now? What is the solution? What do we do with Michael Graves? Like, what do we do with this fucking guy? This fucking jabroni? How do we reconcile? And again, did somebody I really want to see, where is the, can someone find the Crimson Ghost in the, Ku Klux Klan get up? Maybe I can find it actually. It was under this dude's somebody. And I don't blame the dude who posted this at all. He's just sharing it around. He's angry. He's fucking angry about it. But what I am mad about, I'm mad that Michael Graves, when you fucking share your shit, look what you're fucking tying into. You're not, you may have a saying for the Misfits, but you're not the fucking Misfits. And look what you fucking do to the fucking, the whole Misfits shit. And you could go, oh, okay, Jerry Only fucking donated to Trump's contribution thing. Okay, again, I've never, ever, ever heard Jerry Only ever, because Jerry Only's smart. He's never going to fuck with his money. I've never heard Jerry Only mention Trump or his political views once. I never fucking have. Say what you want about the guy. If you don't like him or if you like him, whatever, I'm not here to comment about his character. But I am going to comment on the fact that Jerry Only has kept whatever his personal beliefs are. He has kept them to himself. Okay. And he does not let those fucking beliefs influence his audience. He hasn't, hold on 1 second. And if I'm wrong about that, please. See, this isn't like an echo chamber. I'm not right all the time. Prove me fucking wrong. Anything I'm saying here right now, I invite you, please prove me fucking wrong. Show me where my errors are, and I will look at it and I will appraise it. And if I'm fucking wrong, I will fucking admit it. Okay. Just in the way that I didn't know what Statistica was, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I didn't know what Statistica was. Apparently it's a pretty big Statista. I'm not even saying it right. It's not Statistica. It's Statista. I didn't even know what Statista was. And I went on a public forum to debate this fucking guy. And I don't even fucking know what he's fucking using and how legitimate it is. It's just, hold on. I'm trying to find, I think maybe he deleted it actually. Here we go. We have this thing. It's not here. Oh my God. I'm sweating so much down here in this basement. It's all this heat from all these computers. All right, guys, I'm going to abandon this if I can't find it. Punk with a camera. Yeah, this punk with a camera guy wants to fight Graves. I would love to see that. That'd be pretty great. Oh, all right, Russell. You just fucking found it. Thank you. Hold on. How am I going to get that over there? Sorry, my computer is so slow. Forgive me. Forgive me. Hold on. You know what? It's not even going to let me. All right, so there's the link, but I can't. I got to go to the live feed here. Hold on. Sorry for the interruption. Sorry for the interruption here. The point is, whoops. Going back in time. God damn it. Gosh darn it. Here, let me mute that. Here we go. Thank you, Russell. All right, I got it now, guys. Sorry. So sorry. We're going to get back. Here it is. So this is a result of Michael fucking Graves and his fucking bullshit, fucking nonsense bullshit. Danzig. Look at this. So I don't know who fucking created this shit, right? This sucks to me. This fucking sucks. This is what made me so fucking like angry. This made me so angry as a human being. Look at that shit. This right here is the I swear this is harder than it looks. I'm such an idiot. All right, there we go. Yay, Jeff. Yay. This right here is fucking bullshit. This is the fucking bullshit I'm talking about. Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit. Look at that. Look at that. Look at this. See it on my arm? Am I a fucking Ku Klux Klan? The Jew? The Jew? Am I the fucking, Ku Klux Klan guy? No. You know what I mean? So it's like, look at what Michael Graves' comments fucking have created. You know what I mean? This is what boils my blood. This is why I feel the need to come on this platform right now. Platform, not really a platform, to come on Facebook Live and talk about this. What is the fucking solution, people? What is the solution? Is the solution to just like ignore Michael Graves from now on, from here on in, right? Just don't fucking bring him up anymore. Well, you should just stop talking about him unless it's to make fun of him. I don't fucking know. Like, what is it? Dan says memes are supposed to inspire joy. That meme is bullshit. It is a bullshit meme. It's like tying things together that are not. It's tying things together that don't belong together. Since when does Michael Graves get to speak for the fucking Misfits with his fucking politics? And that's what upsets me. That's what upsets me. That's why I'm fucking here talking about this now. And I don't know what the fucking solution is. I mean, the dude is off social media now. Maybe it really is up to us in the same way that masks are up to us. If we're ever going to get out of this fucking COVID situation, everybody's supposed to wear masks when they're indoors. And, when you're in a tight social situation, you're supposed to fucking wear a mask. Perhaps if we fucking all just like, wear a mask when it comes to Michael Graves, like we just fucking block that shit out and disassociate him at any cost with the Misfits, Dominic says only Danzig and Doyle all need to speak up. You know what, Dominic, maybe you're fucking right about that. Like maybe that's the answer, I don't know if they would, here's the thing. Graves tried to advertise with the American Psycho album cover when he was doing his American Monsters tour. That's where he went out and did American Psycho and Famous Monsters. And it's just like, again, here's a dude at the top of his fucking game, winning. He's fucking playing all those fucking Misfit songs to great fanfare. He's collecting those sweet motherfucking guarantees, those money guarantees, going from city to city, selling his fucking merch. And he fucking blows it all up with his fucking hate, with his fucking nonsense. It's fucking crazy. And and Jerry sued him or fucking put a cease and desist and said, fuck you, Graves. You're not using the American Psycho album cover, the Crimson Ghost, that Basil Gogos, who's in this documentary, by the way, rest in peace, fucking painted that shit. And you're not going to fucking use that thing. Paul says, not the answer. Glenn and Doyle want nothing to do with Tristan DeGraves. With Michael Graves. Yeah, probably not, Paul. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know what the fucking answer is. All I know is that, like, to see memes like this deeply disturb me as a Misfits fucking fan. And I don't know what the fucking solution is, people. I don't know what we can do. Let's go back and read some of these comments here. So many comments. I ignored so much. Okay. Jai says, wish I knew where pics of him playing Frankenfooter back in the early 90s were. We were both in the same Rocky horror cast as teens. Wow. See how well his conservative followers would feel about that. There's a lot of things about Graves that his conservative followers would not appreciate. And it's not my place to talk about them. I'm not going to go there. It's not my laundry to air out, but there's plenty that conflicts with his Christian views. Let's just put it that way. Marty says, we used to really struggle with skinheads invading the shows in the 80s. It's sad that things haven't changed as much as we had hoped. Graves, don't you remember those bastards? And it's like, yeah, man, that shit is just crawling its way, clawing its way back. You know what's funny? There's that meme on Facebook right now. Have any of you seen it? It's the meme of like Nazi or a dude with a fucking swastika comes into a bar to sit down and have a drink, and he's like being really polite and respectful, and the guy just says, "Get the fuck out." The bartender says, "Get the fuck out." And the reason behind it is like, if I fucking even tolerate you, then you're gonna bring your friends in here, and suddenly it's gonna become cool for you to be here, and suddenly it's gonna be known as a fucking Nazi bar. And that's kind of like how like this fucking shit works. You know, this Proud Boys, white pride, white supremacists nonsense, all of it's fucking tied together. And again, I know that there are people that fucking love Trump and are fucking conservative that are on this page, that are in this space. And to all of you, I do not agree with any of your fucking views. I fucking hate that shit. But you know what? I am not going to fucking block you or shutter you or anything. You are entitled and free to believe whatever it is you want to believe. But let's fucking not talk about it. Let's keep it fucking, I'll keep my mouth shut. I promise you, after this fucking episode, you will not hear another fucking political thing about this stuff from me ever again. And you won't bring it up either. And we'll all fucking coexist the way we're supposed to. We're all supposed to fucking coexist. We're all supposed to be able to be in this place together. Okay. Unity, right? So unity means you can't block anybody, right? You know, and if the things that you believe in are fucking bullshit, like either leave them at the door or let's not fucking talk about them. Let's just like keep it to us. And you know what? Whoever is like no longer like following this page after today and after the things that I say because of this stuff, so be it. Then so fucking be it. This is where I put my stake in the sand. Especially because it relates to the thing that I love. And the thing that I love is the, you know, Glenn Danzig 77 to 83 Misfits, you know. And when I see this shit, it's fucking it ties into all that sort of nonsense. And I don't want anything to do with it. I don't want this to be tied into that. Let me see what else we have here. I think we're winding down here, guys. Yeah, Goolsby just played bass, blah, blah, blah. Still can't believe it. One of my favorite artists turned out to be such a bigoted sack of trash. Heartbroken and furious that someone with such influence and iconic status in the amazing horror punk community uses platform for such hateful bastardry. Yes. What else do we have here? Right, Loki's video. Sorry, I'm just going back through the comments, just seeing if there's anything else. Thank you for mentioning Glenn's conspiracy obsession. Even as he has had theories that skirted being problematic at best, he never made it part of his brand. He didn't. He really didn't. And he has never, to my knowledge, openly aligned himself with a known hate group. This is true, Dave. And I guess this is the fucking gray area where it's like, don't ask, don't fucking tell. This is where that fucking super homophobic, fucked up, like, shit from the fucking 80s of don't ask, don't tell, like, kind of applies in the sense of like, you know, like, I'm not going to ask you about your political beliefs. Don't fucking tell me about them, you know? And who knows what is written, you know, embedded in songs. I mean, look at fucking Let the Day Begin, you know, look at fucking Violent World, you know, Nazi demons, Nazi youth, you know, Wolverines in dark brown suits, shove them in an oven and they're starting to cook. He's talking about, you know, the Nazis and how like the world is violent. You know, he's talking about how he hates everybody and Let the Day Begin. Let the Jews all burn. I don't fucking take umbrage with that. I fucking don't like that shit. I also understand the context of which it's being said. Not my favorite song, not gonna lie. I saw someone post what looked like a screenshot from someone else with Graves moaning about Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, that was Twitter. God, I fucking hate politics in every direction. Just play. Agreed, Trevor. Agreed. Now, that's not to say that politics cannot be in fucking music. It can, but like, you know, if you don't, better fucking just stand beside what you're fucking saying. I got some. Yeah, we already said that. A lot of great political bands. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yeah, we already went over that. Thank you, Dave. This fucking guy, Jose Lopez. Jose, you fuck. What a fucking just dumb. Listen, Jose, you can believe whatever you want, but you're a dumbass for believing it. Straight up. Chris says punk has always been political from like the jump, and it has always been about speaking out against injustice. Well fucking put. What I was at a loss for words 5 minutes ago or like 2 seconds ago, Chris says perfectly. Punk has always been political from the jump, and has always been about speaking out against injustice. And while there are undoubtedly examples of authoritarian regimes created using supposed leftist ideas, East Berlin being a solid example, it only takes a cursory glance at right-wing beliefs to see that they are antithetical to punk's ethos. Well fucking said, Chris Lavigna. I've never said your name out loud. Chris Lavigna. Oh God, my wife and her beautiful comment. I'm just going to leave that up there. There you go, sweetie. Honey, I'm so fucking proud of you and that comment. That once again, at a loss for words to nail my point home, and she just nailed it home perfectly. He has that's what I was hoping, but this has been happening to consistency. But maybe so. Marty is saying that Graves has lost his mind and needs real help, probably. And that's the thing, Graves. I hope you fucking learn from this shit. I hope that this is a teachable fucking moment for you. I hope you fucking learn. I hope maybe you change your fucking tune, man. You can believe whatever you fucking want, but like you're going to fucking suffer for it karmatically. And that's what's happening to you right now. And I don't mind fucking saying that in a public forum. You know, I kept my mouth shut for a long time. Tom said, blah, blah, blah. And Jay, is it Jay or Jai? Jay Schnadenfraud says, and if you need to post how masculine you are, that's only going to make people question whether when no one was going to in the first place. Yes, very true. Very true. Logan says, yes, Logan, his Instagram was deleted. All right, Jimmy D, what are you saying here? Proud Boys are pranksters. They're clowning Michael and he doesn't know it. They probably saw him on the Daily Show or something. Very serious topics, but everyone involved in Jiminy, I don't understand what you mean by this. The Proud Boys are they think they're proud pranksters, or maybe they're trying to come off as pranksters. They are not fucking pranksters. The Proud Boys are fucking white supremacists, and their fucking dog whistle is shrouding that white supremacy in something called Western chauvinism. Western equals white, chauvinism equals supremacy. There you fucking go. It's such a shame. Graves was such a cool guy when I met him, and I was so happy for the band at that time. Again, Graves. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Michael Graves. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, I'm so humble. I'm so humble. I'm a humble guy. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Dan, I know I unfollow his shit a few weeks back. I don't remember what stupid shit he posted, but I was like, I'm done. Exactly. Guys, I'm at the end. I think I'm dead. I'm fucking dying here. Russ says Graves is so perplexing in his views and words on so many levels. Yeah, because his belief in Christianity, like apart from like being like a white Christian being prosecuted, I mean, like just the idea of being a Christian is love. Isn't that what Christ ultimately is? Christianity is love. Graves doesn't fucking love fucking other people, man. He fucking hates. He fucking hates with that fucking bullshit. You know, like with his words, he's fucking hating on black people. With his words, he's hating on gay people. We had a whole discussion about fucking gay marriage. He outed himself about what he truly believes about gay marriage. You know, he fucking said it right there on the fucking air. You know, and that's what was funny. I was hoping. He says, yeah, it's pronounced Jay. Sorry, Jay. Jay Schadenfraud. Frood. Jay. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think the Proud Boys are pranksters. This is Jay's comment. I don't think the Proud Boys are pranksters at all. I think they are so much more menacing. And that's the thing, that the Proud Boys' greatest defense is their ability to be like, come on, bro, it's just a joke. You know what I mean? That's like what they do. Oh, it's just a joke. We're just joking around. All you got to do to know what the Proud Boys are about is just go and Google Gavin McInnes. Gavin McInnes, their founder, in a fucking screwdriver t-shirt with a fucking white power tattoo. Gavin McInnes, he co-founded Vice. He actually lives in the a neighborhood away from me. He's like 10 minutes from me right now, Gavin McInnes. He got mad that everybody put hate knows hate is not known here signs on their lawn, like, you know, those like hate free sign sort of situation jobbies. Yeah. Does anybody else have anything they want to add or say or contribute to this fucking conversation here? Like, what else? Is there anything else to say right now about this? I don't know. I don't fucking know. I think we're done here. We're at 6 minutes. We're gonna conclude this broadcast. So if anybody has anything that they want to fucking add, and the conversation can continue after I get off the air. Okay. So if anybody wants to fucking pick this up, please do. And talk amongst yourselves. And again, I apologize if I was not, you know, I probably could have worded myself better. I did all of this on the cuff those 3 screenshots of what you're seeing right here. I did all of this off of the cuff. I probably could have been a lot more structured with my words and my thoughts and things. I think I'm hoping that I got everything across that I meant to get across. I hope I explained why it does fucking matter to people that only are concerned about the original Misfits with Glenn and Jerry and Doyle. You know, it does affect them. That what I just posted before, what I just showed up here before, you know, proves that. This right here is why. Right here. That is why. That is exactly why we have to fucking talk about this. And it's my solemn oath that after this, like, unless anything else really fucking crazy, we won't put never, say never, but unless anything really fucking crazy happens, this page is now truly like, we're not going to fucking talk about Graves on Facebook EVILIVE anymore. We're really fucking not, unless something really crazy happens. I'll leave that little back door, so I'm not a hypocrite if it does come back. Jay says, okay, Jay says, thanks for doing this, and let this be the final word about this, Chucklehead. Yeah, for now. Yes. We have more important things to look up, and I'm going to address, since I have 35 people. Dave Riches says, silence is complacency. I'm posting this shit right here. Silence is complacency. We need to continue speaking his name and driving home what he is and is not for those who might hear about this, all of this from other sources. We might also vote with our dollars and make sure others are doing so as well. You want to know something? Fuck yeah, bro. What a profound thing. This might actually be the thumbnail. I'm going to make this the thumbnail for YouTube. Hold on, let's make a little thumbnail real quick. It's right at the end of our broadcast here. I actually have to hop into another Zoom meeting. Dave, well fucking said, bro. Well fucking said. So, no, that's not a good. I just need a. Wait, no, that doesn't work either. What? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good. Let me get my good side. Sorry, I'm gonna get a little vein here for a minute. Like that. Come on, we all do this. We all secretly do this. Shut the fuck up, all you guys. Wait, I can't. There we go. There we go. That's the thumbnail. Okay, good. That's what I wanted. What is that? Yeah, Chris, what you think I should give the finger? Yeah. Maybe that's good too. I don't know. I'll figure out one of those things will make it. All right. We have 3 minutes, people. You know, maybe Dave, I think you're right, man. Maybe you're right. Silence is complacency. We just got to keep fucking, you know, blowing the whistle on this shit when it comes out. When it comes out, we blow the whistle and we're just like, fuck you. Fuck this shit. It's fucking bullshit. I do hope fucking Jerry only says something. I mean, the Misfits have never been political. They really have not. They've never made the most political statement they've ever made is the cover of Bullet, right? Like that's the most political they've ever gotten in any incarnation, in any way, shape, or form. It's always been about fucking, you know, every day is Halloween sort of stuff. And so it's like Graves fucking like doing all this stuff with his connections and affiliations to the Misfits, especially when he benefits you know, he benefits from this. He's going out there and playing those American Psycho and Famous Monsters albums. He's banking on his history with the Misfits to make those money guarantees. He tried to get fucking Chud involved. He called up Chud and was like, Chud, will you come play on my tour? And Chud never fucking responded to him. Chud has his own skeletons in the closet. From so a little birdie tells me, but that's not for me to say right now, here or there. Okay, this was really good. Listen, I want to thank you all for tuning in and listen to me stumble over my words. And, you know, share this shit, share this fucking stream, share it out there, post it places. I'm going to post this is going right on YouTube. And, yeah, maybe Dave is right. Maybe we do continue. We do perpetuate this. However, Facebook EVILIVE is going to move forward with 77 to 83 content. And if this needs to be fucking addressed from time to time, it will be. Okay, one last thing, since I have 38 people watching, real quick. Hey, very important announcement, people. Let's get all this shit out of here. We don't need. All right, let's unshare the screen now. We can stop the sharing. Okay. So, one last thing I have for you. This is in regards to 1979, A Year in Horror Business. Join the fucking Facebook group tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to get our very first big sneak peek. We are going to, so here's the thing, because it's so big, I know, I think it was Russ and it was fucking Russell and it was Rue and some other people, you know, who were like, no, we want it in one big chunk. We want it in one big, you know, piece. I'm going to do that. It's going to be done on a public level. It will be, but in the Facebook group for the first watch party, we're going to watch some, we're going to watch like a chunk. We're going to watch a chunk of it. Okay. It's going to be a nice size chunk. I don't know, maybe 25 minutes. I don't know. It's going to be a big piece, sneak preview. Okay. That's what we're going to do since this is taking so goddamn long. But I'm coming close. I'm really close to the end. I can taste it. What happens is I keep finding new things to add and I'm like, oh, that needs to go in there. That needs to go in there, because I'm on this mission to be so incredibly thorough, and it just like fucks everything up to want to be so incredibly thorough. But you've seen what I've been posting. I mean, last week I fucking delivered that fucking video. Fine, dude. Trust me, tomorrow is going to be great. You are going to fucking love tomorrow. Tomorrow is going to be awesome. In the group, Facebook group, join our Facebook group. Okay. Join the Facebook group. You will not fucking regret it. It's going to be this is going to be a ginormous peak. This isn't just like 5 minutes or 7 minutes. This is going to be like a watch party style thing. So be prepared. Want to build this up. Okay. And okay, that is really it. I'm leaving. I'm done. Goodbye. Peace and hair grease. Okay. Peace. Oh, whoops.